we have moved on to Mass Effect 3.
Well, see, that's why I wanted to have the actual game opening and all the other fun stuff and whatever else, because...
We are going to have that, but you can't talk over what they're going to do next. You hit that button and stuff starts talking, and we can't do the intro.
I know. I just love irking you.
So yeah, Blackstar is now playing. We have imported my character from Mass Effect 2. Done some appearance tweaks because the face was really kind of awkward looking. Sometimes it happens when they import; they don't quite look right.
My Shepard looks so much better.
Blackstar has a better looking, but still should be recognizable to everybody. I mean, she's had a little work. She's had a little work done.
Yeah, I was going to say she had a facelift. Okay, so this is my first, technically our first foray in it. We did about an hour before to get myself slightly acquainted with some things, so it was a little orientation and went through the beginning part.
We did a technical proof of concept,
and everything seems to be good as far as this ends. So here we're going to be loading up this and continuing on with Mass Effect 3.
Go to it. Shepard's health bar will regenerate. So that's a change right off the bat, right?
First aid from the power wheel.
Yeah, so health regenerates, but you can accelerate it by doing the thing. Whereas before, shields regenerate, but health didn't unless you used the gel, the first aid.
How bad is it?
Bad. We just lost contact with 2 of our deep space outposts. There's something massive on long-range scanners.
Is this what Shepard warned us about?
I'd stake my life on it.
Why is that guy wearing a helmet indoors?
Not long. I sent word. The fleet's immobilizing.
God help us all.
Yes, this game is not about that, because peace is boring.
The galaxy's in for one hell of a disappointment. What, no remote-controlled ships in the future? What the heck?
Yeah, I don't know. We got quad drones now, but this kid just got to go whoosh whoosh like everybody else did. There was a cute little sound effect there, though. Did you hear that?
Yes, I heard.
Yeah, a little pew pew.
Commander.
You're not supposed to call me that anymore, James.
Not supposed to salute you either. We gotta go. The Defense Committee wants to see you.
Sounds important.
Guess we both just like doing things we're not supposed to do.
Yeah, at least you stop wearing that goofy uniform.
Couldn't say. Just told me they needed you. Now.
Well, they don't have intercoms in the future?
Anderson?
Admiral?
You look good, Shepard. Maybe a little soft around the edges. How you holding up?
Did you just touch my tummy, sir?
It's not so bad once you get used to the hot food and soft beds.
We'll get it sorted out.
What's going on? Why is everyone in such a hurry?
Admiral Hackett's mobilizing the fleets. I'm guessing word's made it to Alliance Command. Something big's headed our way.
The Reapers?
We don't know. Not for certain.
What else could it be?
If I knew that.
You know we're not ready if it is them, not by a long shot.
Tell that to the Defense Committee.
Unless we're planning to talk the Reapers to death, the committee is a waste of time.
They might be planning on that.
Hey,
none of them
let's try that first.
You faced down a Reaper. Hell, you spoke to one. That blew the damn thing up. You've seen how they harvest us, what they plan to do to us. You know more about this enemy than anyone.
That way they grounded me, took away my ship?
You know that's not true. The shit you've done, any other soldier would have been tried, court-martialed, and discharged. It's your knowledge of the Reapers that kept that from happening.
I have seen shit that'll turn you white.
Yeah, I trust you, Shepard.
Too late!
And so does the committee.
I'm just a soldier, Anderson. I'm no politician.
I don't need you to be either. I just need you to do
I need you to be both.
To help us stop the Reapers.
They're expecting you to, Admiral.
Good luck in there, Shepard.
Notice how everyone's footsteps are entirely silent.
Everybody's got to shake hands.
Anderson?
What? Him and
Shepard.
Ashley?
Ashley?
You
Lieutenant
mean
Commander?
Ashley?
Yeah.
Going there.
I can never tell with them. I'm just waiting for orders now.
Jeez, she looks like she has
Lieutenant
collagen
Commander.
implants.
You hadn't.
Yeah.
No. I'm a bit out of the loop these days.
Sorry, ma'am. Didn't mean to keep you out of the loop.
I'm sure you had your reasons.
Yeah, I guess I did. Still, good to see you.
Admiral,
A little creepy there.
Come on.
Somebody decided Ashley was insufficiently Mirandized, so she got
and the
Mirandized.
yeah, that smirky smile scene and whatnot would have looked far better with a
You
male
know the
character.
commander.
I used to.
No, it doesn't.
It would have made more sense. She was
What do you
totally
mean,
hitting
made-
on him.
Yeah, so? So you think
Well-
women don't hit on women?
Not in my game.
In my game, they do.
Admiral Anderson. Shepard.
What's the situation?
We were hoping you would tell us.
the reports coming in are unlike anything we've seen. Whole
Hey,
colony
except the
systems
last
are-
2 times I told
We
you.
lost contact with everything beyond the Soul Relay.
Whatever this is, it's incomprehensibly powerful.
You brought me here to confirm what you already know. The Reapers are here.
You done about to get reaped.
Then, how do we stop them?
You don't.
Stop them. This isn't about strategy or tactics. This is about survival. The Reapers are more advanced than we are, more powerful, more intelligent. They don't fear us. And they'll never take pity on us.
But there must be some way.
If we're gonna have any chance at surviving this, we have to stand together.
That's it.
Lock arms and sing
That's our
Kumbaya.
plan?
Oh, wait.
Admiral, we've lost contact with Luna Base.
The moon? It couldn't be that close already.
Yeah, I don't think they could be that close already either.
Defenses.
Sir, UK headquarters has a visual.
That
You have an entire
wizard came
intergalactic
from...
network that is supposed to be, I don't know, have sensors and fleets and communication systems, and they're asking her, A, where they are, and B, they're surprised that they're here.
That wizard came from the moon.
I think there would be a serious breakdown in communication throughout the entire, I don't know,
Yeah.
galaxy. Who's doing all these manual changes with all the
Why
monitors?
haven't we heard from Admiral Hackett?
Don't know.
What do we do?
Don't know.
It'd be funny if he clicked on the wrong one and like popped the game up or something.
The only thing we can.
Sing.
We fight or we die.
I
That
don't
guy
know.
was playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we
We
did.
should get to the Normandy.
Oh my god.
Stop it! They never saved anyone.
Oh my god.
Wait, we're gonna run from space-based weaponry.
And
That
flying
always
tables. 2 episodes in a row with flying tables.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. It's the most
Only
dangerous thing in this universe.
If only we
flying
bolted
table.
them to the ground.
Shepard! Shepard! Come on, get up.
There's no time for
Here,
sleeping
take
on the
this.
job.
We've got to get moving.
Get a serious Halo 1 vibe though.
Admiral Anderson, report in anyone. Lieutenant Commander Williams, is that you? What's your status?
My lips are too big.
I can't raise the Normandy. You'll have to contact me.
Now, I do have to say that the tonal shift in the series is now kind of accelerating in the sense that,
Oh yeah.
like, there always was a sense of scale. The idea that Anderson and the rest of these people were sit in a boardroom type of people. Where there are plenty of other games where important characters are with you in combat missions.
They'll pick us up.
But this didn't do that, and now it
Let's
is.
move.
Problem 1.
What? What's problem one?
Well, first of all,
your controls.
But yeah, I had already done the, inversion settings on the other one.
Okay, go ahead.
Try. This is a whole new box. There we go.
Let's move.
I'm gonna beat you. Oh wait.
Look out!
Yeah, because my hand's gonna really do something against a giant particle beam.
Take a running jump. It's farther than it looks.
Now this is just silly. We're getting
orientation. This is video game orientation.
Come on, let's go.
I know, but we're getting a tutorial on platforming from Admiral Anderson, as if we weren't a Spectre. It's like we don't know how to jump over stuff because the first game didn't have jumping.
We're giving orientation because most of the 13-year-olds who bought this, who have never played any of the other games, need it. So that's why this is here.
We'll have to go this way.
I'd like to know how he's running around on the outside of a building in those shoes.
Looks clear. Let's go.
Yeah, but you play Halo 1, and the guy who teaches you how your shields work isn't Captain Keys. You know what I mean?
What are you talking about? Anderson's totally Captain Keys.
Me. I'm patching in Shepard.
But Captain Keys doesn't do tutorials in Halo 1. They have,
sure he does. He
an
a gun and everything.
Technician do that. No, he just gives you the gun. The whole thing about aiming and the controls and how the shields work.
Come on, we gotta move.
How is he walking across these very, very slick surface in those shoes and doesn't slide up? It doesn't slide off the side of the building. That makes no sense to me.
He can't fall off. Neither can you.
Which is, I also think, is a problem.
Shoot him! I'm out of ammo.
Well, he should have brought more.
Come on, we gotta move.
Well, he didn't have any in his, in his office, I guess. I don't keep it loaded, son. You'll have to find ammo as you go.
Well, that's just it. That is exactly how it feels.
Video game ladders. Awesome as usual.
They're a thing.
And by awesome, I mean terrible. There's a door right there. What are you trying to... He's trying to beat down the wall? Oh, cool.
Well, I wanted to do the big one first.
So apparently they decided that Omni-tools, which, were basically like tricorders, are too boring. They needed to become lightsabers. So now the Omni-tool is a melee weapon as well as a technical device.
So if you sharpened your iPhone, it would become lethal.
So
why am I pointing this? It has no ammo. This makes no sense.
I don't know. Because like any other game, you're not doing anything useful if you're not holding a gun.
I keep pressing X to pick things up, huh?
Can you switch to the other gun? You have the other gun, don't you? Right bumper.
That's left bumper.
No, okay. I thought it gave you the other gun, but I guess not.
No, left bumper is the guns. Was it backwards from what it's supposed to be?
No, but I thought it gave you the message that unlocked the other gun, but I guess it hasn't yet.
Take this, and this, and the other things.
Through this way.
Well, here's my question. If you get those little glowy bits that you can touch and control and whatever else, then you can also put your hand through it. How does it know the difference?
Yep. Good question. Wasn't a problem before it became a lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Everyone's dying.
Now, they're obviously doing the newt scene from Aliens with Ripley.
Here. I need to get you some
little gender swap.
Take my hand.
You can't help me.
But it worked better there because, Newt had been alone for weeks, if not months.
Yep.
And was scared of everything. And so when strangers show up, it kind of made sense that she was hiding in the vents and didn't want to come out and didn't believe that anybody could help her. This has only been going on for about 10 minutes now.
Not even.
So I'm not sure why an ordinary kid in a hoodie doesn't want to come out of a vent.
I won't be responsible.
To get help.
It's hard enough fighting a war, but it's worse knowing no matter how hard you try, you can't save them all.
Guess his mom taught him about stranger danger.
Exactly.
How did he get in the vent? How does that vent even open?
I don't know.
I thought we'd have more time.
I don't know, if you were a kid at that age, you'd be looking for the nearest adult. You wouldn't be looking for the nearest vent.
We need to go to the Citadel. Talk to the Council.
Because that always works.
The fight's here.
It'll be everywhere soon enough. You said it yourself. The Reapers will destroy everything if we don't stop them. The Council has to help us.
You sure about that?
No, but you're a Council Spectre. That has to count for something.
Okay, so she is still a Spectre.
Yes, because in my playthrough of ME2, I accepted reinstatement.
Thanks.
That is not the presumed default, though, if you don't have an ME2 character to import, I don't think.
Grab some ammo.
So maybe he just says you were a Spectre?
Reload, let's keep moving.
I don't know, maybe it considers you to be a Spectre whether you accept reinstatement or not. Maybe they're like,
Lieutenant Commander Williams, we're in.
I don't care if you don't want to be a Spectre, you are one.
We made it to the Normandy, taking heavy fire.
Yeah.
They're gonna take down that dreadnought. Evasive maneuvers.
Lieutenant Commander, Ashley. Damn it, they're in trouble.
Now, it may seem tired that Anderson is pushing the trope here of let's talk to the Council, especially given how counterproductive that has always been. But I would like to say in defense of the series that they did always kind of push the angle.
That's an angle she just got pushed on.
Yeah. That the Reapers as a whole were a nearly insurmountable threat.
Do you copy?
And we've only ever had to deal with one at a time up till now, and barely managed it. So the idea is that the military forces of all the Council races are going to be necessary to have any kind of chance at all.
Okay, what the heck is this?
Keep your head down.
Okay, so we're still having a cover mechanic here, and these are new enemies. Oh, covered.
Why am I not covered? I was.
There you go.
Okay, I got uncovered.
Yep. There you go. Okay, so your shield's back. Your health is still low, but your shield is back. So I think they expanded the idea of husks, so now we have other kind of mutated enemies. So this one's called a cannibal.
Shepard, over here.
Make sure he's down. Okay, now we're.
Yep. I'm not sure. Maybe go over. I think if you click in the right stick, it should give you a direction. Oh wait. Okay, you gotta talk to over here. You gotta. Yep. Yep. There you go.
Stupid question.
Our gunship was shot down. We barely made it.
Scarab blew right past us, sir. No,
You have a radio?
Yeah.
We're trying to contact our ship.
No. There's one in the gunship, but it's gonna be crawling with those things.
Stay here, son. We'll get you out of here.
Wait, who's the only thing stopping the bleeding? Oh, he's doomed now.
Come on.
Hang on, random foot soldier. I'm the Admiral. I'll handle this.
Okay. Is there something with my health that I can fix here, or?
Y there should be the yellow. No, the yellow one. No, not that. Okay, that's tactical cloak.
Yeah.
What's the other stuff? First aid.
Oh,
there
first
you go.
aid?
That one. Yeah. Now you can map that. What they?
Oh,
what
neat.
that okay, but go back to the bar and hover over there. Okay, so you can map this power to another button if you want to get quick access to it. Right now, what you've got is you've got Incinerate mapped to left bumper. You've got Tactical Cloak mapped to Y. You've got an ammo power there off to the right, mapped to right bumper. So this is kind of confusing. It's basically saying here, press the button on the left to map this power to the button on the right, or just hit A to just use it from the menu. So you don't need to do anything now, but that's just so you know how stuff works. Because we didn't talk too much in the other playthrough about how the menus actually work.
Mechanic? Well, of course not.
Except early in Mass Effect 1, when I also kind of forgot how all this stuff worked. And had to remember.
Well, there's also a dodge mechanic, so...
yeah, there's now like a dive roll.
What the heck?
Dragons.
Yeah, alright, apparently that's a thing now.
Reaper dragons.
Reaper dragons?
Oop, wait, there's something there. There's something there. You got a first aid gel on the right.
Oh, huh?
Back there. Back. No. Back into your left. There you go.
Okay.
Salvage medical kit. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
I keep pressing other buttons to run, which aren't working.
Okay. Now you've also got that special ability, Incinerate, so you can use that to save on bullets. So you basically
to left bumper?
No, right bumper.
No, it was to left. They were saving bullets. I want to use more bullets.
But then you'll run out of bullets, and you'll have to come out of cover to get bullets. Although you do have
no, the
bullets
game
right
should
above
just
your
give
head
me
there.
more. I should just buy some before I start. Okay,
nope,
so
it's not Destiny.
Yeah, I know.
Can't just wait. You've still got an enemy alive there too as well.
There you go. Hearing firing behind me.
You said that last time.
Yeah, I do. Doesn't mean I don't hear it. He does know that there's a big gaping opening through that. Do they not know?
I don't think they're actually trying to take cover.
Come on, jump up the thing. Yeah, I'm not 100% convinced that a lot of them thought of how instinctively these things should operate as far as mechanics and movement and whatnot. Ooh, there's a gun.
Wait. Yep, there's a gun. There's the assault rifle, I think.
No, over here, I found a radio. Stop taking credit.
Normandy, this is Anderson. Do you read?
Only for pleasure.
Planet Earth, what's yours?
By a downed gunship in the harbor. I'm activating its distress beacon.
We got wounded everywhere.
We've got wounded down here. Lieutenant! Damn it! I lost the signal.
You can never stop the signal.
Let's hope that beacon does its job.
And fast, we've got company.
Oh no, it's the pod delivery system. Quick, cover.
Yeah, okay, so you basically got to hold this point until you get picked up. Make sure you use your powers. You don't want to depend just on the bullets.
Okay, we're doing something wrong?
There you go. That's the cloak. The left, yeah, that one. So it's left bumper, or you can just choose it from the menu and choose the green.
Okay, it's weird.
No, stay down till your shield comes back. Okay, now staying in cover. Put the reticle over an enemy. Okay. Now hold the left bumper.
Oh, it's holding. Okay.
Yeah, hold it. You gotta hold it. Okay, I'm sorry. Right bumper. Left bumper is weapons. Right bumper is power. So get off the left bumper. Right bumper. Hold.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, use the stick to navigate to the fire thing there.
Yeah.
Right. And now hit green and keeping the reticle on that enemy. Press green. A.
Okay. It seems to be happening.
Yep. You gotta and then you let go of the bumper and it happens.
Yeah, that's weird.
And when it recharges, you can do it again. Basically, just shoot enemies for a while, and that power will regenerate. They're on a cooldown, you know, like supers. It's kind of like a little mini super.
Hope they get there soon.
You and me both.
Yeah, you can probably do it again now. And you'll have to because you're out of bullets.
Running out of ammo.
Yeah, you're gonna have to use your powers because you're running out of bullets.
Tell me about it. I've got 8 left. Why isn't she ducking? Come on.
Yep.
Yeah, why isn't this working? Oh, yeah, the deploying of that instinctively through actual buttons in the middle of combat does not seem to be working.
You gotta hold the bumpers. The bumpers actually pause the action, so once you hold that in, you don't have to worry about anything. But if you let go, then the menu goes away and the action continues.
Yeah, that's like trying to press Control-Alt-Delete while aiming with a mouse.
Now, in Mass Effect 1, doing that actually paused the game.
Yeah.
Here, it only slows it down a bit.
Welcome back, Shepard.
Yeah, see, I can't say I'm a fan of either. I want a button that just does what I tell it to do. When I tell it to do.
I'm not going. You saw those men back there. There's a million more like them, and they need a leader.
We're in this fight together, Anderson.
It's a fight we can't win. Not without help. We need every species, and all their ships, to even have a chance at defeating the Reapers. Talk to the Council. Convince them to help us.
They like you better than
They
me.
won't listen.
Then make them listen. Now go! That's an order.
I don't take orders from you anymore, remember?
Gonna play that card, huh?
Consider yourself reinstated. Commander.
I think you mean Admiral.
You know what you
Admiral?
have to do.
I'll be back for you, and I'll bring every fleet I can. Good luck.
As a commander, isn't she subordinate to, I don't know, everyone in the universe?
Well, aboard her own ship, she's not subordinate to anyone. But it is kind of funny how it's like, yes, this is all important. You need to convince the Council. The Council, we know the Council doesn't like you, and Anderson was a member of the Council before. So you'd think she should stay here to help the military, and he, as the politician, should go and do this mission. But, that's just not the way stuff works.
The point I want to make is, all it takes is for one superior officer to order her to do something, to go somewhere else, to do something else than what she wants or needs to, and she's already insubordinate.
I don't believe there is anybody between her and the Admiral at this point.
Don't believe that. It's a big planet. Should've listened, kid. Should've listened.
Well, at least he got out of the vent. The question I have is
why did he shoot the Normandy?
No, why did someone else? Yeah, why don't they blow up the Normandy? But
those
why was
shuttles were really
someone
threatening.
Why was someone else able to get the kid out of the vent when he didn't want to come out for Shepard?
Well, this kid obviously spent the last 5 minutes while you were fighting things to climb down 60 floors worth of conduits. I mean, obviously.
And that's what happens to Vancouver when they lose the Stanley Cup final. You get reaped.
So not acknowledging that. Okay, so they're definitely pulling the emotional immersion right from the get-go. That's certainly something tonally that they've been really trying to ring home.
What the hell's going on? Where's Anderson? Where are we going? Hey!
We're leaving.
Leaving?
What's going on?
Anderson wants us to go to the Citadel, get help for the fight.
Bullshit, he wouldn't order us to leave.
We don't have a choice. Without help, this war's already over.
Paragon up.
Forget it. Drop me off someplace. Because
Enough!
Did you pull the trigger there, or?
I'd rather stay and
Okay,
fight.
good. So you remembered about those.
We're going to the Citadel. You want out? You can catch a ride back from there.
Commander!
Joker, That you?
Alive and kicking. Got an emergency transmission from Admiral Hackett for you.
Patch it through.
Shepard, saying heavy losses. The force was overwhelming. There's no way we can defeat them conventionally.
Not at this
Anderson's
bit
already
rate.
ordered me to the Citadel to talk to the Council.
First, I need you to lance outposts on Mars. We lose control of the system.
Yes, sir.
I've been researching the Prothean archives with Dr. Tassoni. We found a way to stop the Reapers. The only way to stop them. Contact soon. Hack it out.
See, that's what happens when you use
Joker,
Twitch at a low bit
set
rate.
a course for the Mars archives.
Mars. Roger that.
Hey, Space Cat.
We missed you.
Is that a gun on Space Cat?
Why Mars?
It's about time.
What does he think we'll find there?
Martians.
I don't know yet. But if it helps us win this war.
Matt Damon and his potatoes.
Grab your gear.
I'm glad she didn't say
All right,
grab
so-
your boobs.
So I already brought Ashley back on board the Normandy, and now we're going to get Liara as well.
Hail, hail, the gang soon will all be here. Is that what we're going to be doing most of the game? Getting the whole band back together?
No, just a bit of it. What it is going to be doing, though, is going to all the other alien races and doing what they need done so they will agree to help fight at Earth. It's never adequately explained why we need to fight at Earth as opposed to everywhere else, because literally every civilized race in the galaxy is being
under
attacked.
attack. Well,
Yeah, I mean, it's not just
obviously,
Earth, you know?
But Earth's the most important. Because,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
reasons.
Because that's where BioWare is, I guess. I mean,
Obviously.
No one's answering.
Any sign of Reaper activity?
Negative.
Edie?
The base appears to be online. It is possible the inhabitants were evacuated.
We'll know soon enough. Be ready, Joker. Just in case.
Roger that. Normandy out.
Ashley looks blue.
We're almost there.
well, she did get stuck with pink armor in the first game, so I suppose it's an improvement.
It's an improvement, yeah. Space Cats, got space guns!
Is it a gun, or is that just a landing gear?
No, that's a gun.
How long till it hits?
Half hour tops. After that, we're gonna have difficulty keeping up comms with the Normandy.
Understood.
Notice nobody asked if anybody
Okay,
still had
so-
their helmets and gear on before they opened
Yes,
the door.
Yeah, okay, but now it wants you to level up. So before we get into combat now, check the squad bit and see and distribute the points for.
Oh, woo! 25. I have a lot more
Yeah.
than I had before.
Okay, right, but you. Right, because we imported
no
a character.
sticky grenades? We
So
haven't
a bunch
upgraded
of these. A bunch of these are already assigned, which is supposed to basically correspond to the character's abilities at the end of Mass Effect 2. But now you have more points and further upgrades you can do.
Okay,
so fitness, if you look at fitness, I think that's what's 0, and that's important. That is become on muscle and become fearless in court. That gives melee damage and health. And so the way upgrades in this one work is that there's some early upgrades, and then there's a branch where you kind of have to choose one way or the other.
Right.
And every one of these levels costs more points, so be careful.
Well, I'm just wondering, I mean, see, these we don't have any in here. Shouldn't we get some of these in
Yeah,
here?
because
I
that's
mean-
new. Because that's new. So yeah, you could do the first couple of levels. So now you get sticky grenades, and that just increases the damage. Sabotage is a good ability to use against synthetic enemies. So that's what lets you hack Geth or mechs and stuff like that.
Oh, Stasis we haven't done anything with.
No, we haven't used it yet.
Well, that's the special ability that we added, so...
Yes, that was the
I
new
think
that
that would
was
be
the new
important.
one. Incinerate we had in the earlier games, and that's why it imported that. So you can do another upgrade there.
Okay, I'm one short of doing... Yes, I wanted to get
that's
everything
okay.
at least
You'll
up to
earn
level
some more
3.
points. Use one of the triggers, though, and switch to the other the other characters because they have points to distribute as well, and you can either do those manually. Trigger, right? Trigger.
Oh, trigger. Yeah, see, I'm used to the bumpers. They need to swap those. Trigger's just shooting in my mind.
Ashley's got 31 points and nothing assigned.
Oh wow!
So you can either hit X and just have the game decide, or you can do it yourself.
No, just let the game decide.
And you can do the same thing for James.
Okay. Any place I can even apply these 2 points? Probably not.
Well, Tactical Cloak is probably the only one.
Yeah,
Let's see, how many does that?
Takes 3.
It's rank 3. Okay, so no, you can't then.
Well, it's 2 right now. I need 1 more point to get it up.
Yep.
So.
Yep. So I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay. Might want to save
feel
too.
upgraded?
I'm going to save too to save the results of your upgrades.
Yippee! I get my sniper.
Yep.
Oh, I can actually shoot things.
Yep. Save.
Man,
you want to save?
Storm. Looks a lot bigger in person.
Come on, Lieutenant, it's not that bad. I'm more worried about the war back on Earth, or the fact that nobody here is reporting in.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think you could just drop off there. Yeah.
What's that?
Generally, you can't fall unless you're supposed to.
Doesn't look like you put up a fight.
Something's not right here.
Keep a low profile till we know what's going on.
Roger that.
Who are these jerks?
What the?
Oh, wait.
Shit. They're executing them.
Wait, they're human. What are they doing?
Yeah, they are human. I think I saw the logo on the uniforms, though. If you zoom in, I think you can go further than that.
It's a clear shot.
No?
Nope, that's the only zoom I got.
Take them out. I know we're here now.
And 1 bullet for my sniper rifle I have never understood. This is the future. Ooh,
oh, nice, nice.
Could have taken this guy's knees out. I think I blew his arm off.
Yeah, I think I saw a Cerberus logo on that uniform, though. No, not those.
Anybody
Those
left?
are Alliance. Those are Alliance military. I don't think so. I hear something, but I don't see anybody. Nope, some more guys.
Oh,
oh, great!
Dodging. Oh, dodge this.
No, he couldn't. Don't forget to use the incinerate and stuff. And they have powers too. So I mean, they will. If you have it set to, which I think is the default, they will decide themselves what kind of powers to use and when. But you can also direct them to attack specific enemies with specific abilities, either ammo powers or biotic powers or whatever other technical abilities they have.
I think I'd rather just shoot stuff. Just a whole lot quicker.
If you decide just to shoot stuff, there are going to be levels of this game where you are going to have problems.
I was anticipating that.
So I'm suggesting get into the rhythm of using abilities early. It will help you later. Just saying.
I just don't like the mechanic.
Screw off after you wiped out that collector base they were after.
That's exactly what I did.
Well, one thing's for sure. They're no friend of the Alliance.
Yep, they're also big jerks. Yeah, so...
Didn't they give us our spaceship?
Yeah, apparently I guess we stole it. When we
I'm surprised that they don't have any system in place to A, prevent that, or B, to retrieve it.
Yeah, like LoJack or something? Yeah.
Or Edie.
You'd think.
How could we possibly trust Edie?
That will be addressed, sort of.
About what?
Spoilers.
Do you know anything about this? What is Cerberus doing
Whatever
here?
they want.
What makes you think I know what they're up to? You worked for them. How am I supposed to
You've
believe
partied
you've
with
cut
them.
all ties?
Also, you've read the script.
join forces to take down the Collectors. That's it. They rebuilt you from scratch. They gave you a ship.
Chip in your brain.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, I have a feeling.
I've had no contact with Cerberus since I destroyed the Collector base. And I have no idea why they're here now.
How do they know they're not spying on you through your brain?
Commander Shepard's been under constant surveillance since coming back to Earth. No way they've communicated since.
Sorry, Shepard.
I just don't trust you.
I just never liked you much.
I shouldn't have to explain myself to you, Ash.
How about this, Ashley? Me and you, elevator, just like old times?
You.
Trust me.
I do. It's just that.
What is it with people in vents in this game? And we played through 2 games in this series. I don't ever remember going into a vent. Now it's 2 vents in 30 minutes.
How can these guys be missing at 3 feet? I don't understand.
Good question. They're stormtroopers.
Okay, why didn't she use that power in the vent?
I don't think it helps to levitate people when you're inside a constrained vent.
Easy there, Lieutenant. She's with us.
Shepard, thank the goddess you're alive.
Liara.
I was worried when the reports came in. They hit Earth hard.
Yeah. It was...
medium hard.
difficult to leave.
Ashley, I'm sorry. But why'd you come here?
Hackett ordered us to come. Said you know what was going on.
I do.
If you knew what's going on, why were you curious?
Some answers, finally.
Maybe. I've discovered plans for a Prothean device. One that could wipe out the Reapers.
Here? On Mars?
In the Prothean archives, yes.
We've known about the archives for decades. Why now?
Process of elimination, mixed with a little desperation. When I got the data on the Alpha Relay incident, I knew I had to do something. Hackett knew it too. He contacted me, asking if I would use my resources as a shadow broker to find a way to stop the Reapers. My search led me here. Hackett got me access to the archives and kept me updated on your status. I meant to come see you, but...
I was under house arrest. There wasn't much I could do to help you anyway.
I suppose you're right. In any case, my work paid off. The archives are full of data, an overwhelming amount. I think I found what I
God,
need.
it's full of data.
I guess I'll believe it when I see it. Where do we find this weapon?
It's not a weapon, not yet. It's plans for a device.
A MacGuffin.
A blueprint.
It's more than we had a minute ago. How do we get it?
The archives are just across that tramway. Assuming Cerberus hasn't locked it down.
What are they after?
Yeah, they seem hell-bent on catching you.
They want what I'm here for. What we're all here for.
But why?
The Protheans came close to defeating the Reapers. They had plans to destroy them, but ran out of time.
And anything powerful enough to destroy the Reapers.
Just might be something Cerberus would be interested in.
So it's a race to the archives.
So what are we standing around here for?
Alright, now it's worth noting that... Okay.
We got company.
I'll let them finish talking first.
Bring it on.
Not this time, James.
What?
Get back to the shuttle. If Cerberus beats us to the archives, I need you covering the exits.
But...
Enough talk,
Now.
James. You know no fire team can have more than 3 people in it. Don't be crazy.
You're ruining the bandwidth.
They're getting closer. We should take
Where should we take it?
Looks like they found
You
us.
think?
Yeah, okay, so
Here, I'm displaying the power wheel.
yeah. Select Sing, yeah, it wants you to do this. So go to Liara on the upper right there. Her little blue thing there is singularity, and you do just like the okay. You need to be aimed at the thing you want to use it on when you let go of the wheel. She basically just fired that at a wall. and now it needs to recharge, so you need to wait.
You can't hide forever.
You can use Incinerate, though. Or Ashley's thing. What's Ashley's thing there? It also kind of looks like... Oh, it's a grenade. Cluster bomb with incendiary munitions. See, there you go.
Okay, I'm sort of getting the hang of this.
See? Those
that
are
makes more
useful.
sense.
You see how many bullets that saved you just being able to do that.
Let's find a way up.
See, I'm of the opinion that the character should be smart enough to be able to do that without having to hit 50 buttons.
They can, but I think
this is the future.
The rate at which characters use their abilities is lower if you just leave them to themselves.
Right, but when you get 3 or 4 people, that's a grenade opportunity. You have a grenade, you toss it. You know, I mean,
yeah, exactly.
I'm just used to other people on my fire team already doing that.
Okay, now that thing about the Protheans, my recollection of the first game is that that's a little bit of a retcon, right? Because as far as we know, what the Protheans were able to do is that they stopped the Reapers from teleporting directly, through the Mass Effect gateway onto the Citadel, which is their normal MO. And they kept some of their scientists alive on Ilos as long as they could, but eventually they died out. Now what they're saying is that, well, in addition to doing that, they actually did have a method of defeating the Reapers. They just didn't survive long enough to implement it. But the plans for this thing, whatever it is, are here.
They've sabotaged the elevator.
Go for another way up.
You were saying?
Oh my god, they've sabotaged the elevator. Guess you'll have to go up the ramp. Or something. Or climb on a box or something. Yeah. So they're kind of revising that, and they're saying now, no, it wasn't just that. They didn't just hide. They didn't just escape. They didn't just stop the Reapers from coming to the Citadel. They actually had a weapon device thing to defeat the Reapers. So that's going to be this game's MacGuffin. This game's MacGuffin is going to be this thing that we need to get, build, and use.
Well, that I already guessed.
Yeah.
My question is, can I not jump over to that side over there to get over to the railing?
I don't think so, no. Oh, terminal. There you go. See, that'll create a bridge that you can now walk across.
Okay, so that's the stupid little annoying step that they didn't want to let you know about. That's dumb.
Oh, yep. There you go. So now you can jump across.
Could they be working with the Reapers?
Doubtful, but I suppose anything's possible.
Yeah. It would have been just as easily to jump from there to there instead of doing all this stupid stuff. That's the problem I have with these games sometimes. Because guess what? This is actually a closer distance from that box than all of that other crap.
Yeah.
Sorry. -1 for you there, Mass Effect. That was a completely unnecessary mechanic for no other reason than to, hey, we're going to make you jump through hoops.
Okay, now, once you do this stealth kill.
We're still on cleanup duty. Yeah.
Oh, there's a guy right here.
Yep. You probably don't want a sniper weapon here. I mean, that's
probably
not. No. So, left bumper, and probably switch to your pistol or your SMG or something.
She obviously used biotic powers on that guy, and I didn't tell her to.
Yep.
So they should be doing that all the time.
They will. But the problem is, if they did that at the maximum rate, it means that whenever you wanted them to do it, you would find out, oh, you can't do it because she just did it. So the rate at which they use their powers on their own recognizance is lower than the maximum rate they can use them on.
See, the thing I find annoying with this one is that it's highlighted, and instead of just letting go on what's highlighted and have it auto-select, you've got to select it.
Yes, exactly. You've got to hit the green button.
That I don't like.
That takes getting used to.
This would make more sense if it's like highlighted, let go, that should be selected automatically.
I never knew why.
Why isn't it?
That.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Okay, from Cameron Harrison, Exogeny Corporation, Miss Mika. Thank you for your kind offer of new and cutting-edge technology. As with every other we've made, we're going to have to decline. Our proprietary rights experts have gone through your contracts again and found them lacking again. And in short, we are not interested. Please don't contact us with your generous offer.
Okay, so there's someone named Mika who's trying to sell some stuff to Exogeny. If you remember, that was the company investigating the Thorian on Theros. Okay, armor unlocked. Okay, so now you can change armor. And I think there should be a station in this room that will let you change your armor as well. Go and change your armor.
Go and change your armor.
No, you don't do that here.
Oh, really? Now, see, that would make sense to me.
That's abilities. Weapons and armor are done by interacting with an in-game object.
Yeah, see, that's a lack of efficiency.
That's going to advance the plot.
Shepard, see if you can gain access to the pedway.
I realize that's supposed to be pedestrian, but
yeah, that's not something you want to call it.
Unfortunately named. Okay, somebody on the security camera.
Who's that woman in the vid?
That's Dr. Eva Corey. She got here about a week ago. Any luck?
Pedway's been locked out.
All right.
What, they mean locked up?
There's construction nearby. We can get out on the roof. We can find a way around from there.
Great.
Okay, before you leave the room, see if there is something you can interact with to change armor. At the very least, there may be some ammo and other things to loot.
Well, this seems to be glowing like this is something terribly important, but...
It's ammo, but you're full.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
Now, I would say one thing else. You do want to check stuff. For instance, I would go to each one of your weapons and reload them to make sure that you can pick up the maximum amount of ammo.
Oh. See, I keep wanting to change weapons, and I keep cloaking myself. I'm going to have to remap all these buttons. This only holds one bullet, so...
Okay, that's fine. You just want to make sure they're reloaded so that you make sure that you're picking up as much ammo as you can.
Is there any other computers that we can select? The other thing that kind of irks me all the time is...
there's the SMG there on the ground.
See how this is designed where the item itself is circled and highlighted, but instead of having the name of what it is and the A to pick it up being where the item is, it's at the top center of the screen where you're not looking. So I'm sitting here going like, okay, what do I got to do? What do I got to do? It's like, oh, wait, no, I got to raise my head 3 feet to look up for this thing. So, looking at this at a 65-inch screen is really tough when you've got to constantly be picking your head up to figure out what the heck to do with the thing. So is this gun any good? I mean, I have no idea what the specs are, how to compare this with the...
anyway. It's compared to the SMG? To the other
compared
SMG,
to
you mean?
anything. I mean, is it something I want to give to a character? Is it something I want to hold on to?
No, you can't do that.
Okay, so I don't care then. At this point.
No. Wait. Go back to the lockers there.
These ones?
Yeah, can you interact either with that or with the one behind you? Because that's usually what the in-game... Okay, I guess they're not giving it to you yet. That's usually what it looks like when you can change your loadout. It offered you to change your loadout when you picked up the gun, but you hit something else instead, so... Doesn't matter.
Oh, well, I wanted to compare it with the weapon that I had to see whether it's even worth
That's what change loadout That's what change loadout would have been.
In my mind, changing a loadout would have dropped the gun I'm holding and picked up the other one, and I didn't know if I wanted to do that.
You never drop a gun. There's you don't pick up guns, you don't drop them. When you pick up an in-game gun like that, it's basically discovering an engram.
Okay. So when I decided not to, why did it disappear? Why does it not just sit there and let me change my mind again?
Because you can't, because you can only change weapons at specific locations.
Okay, don't like that mechanic either. Okay,
hey,
obviously...
You leveled up.
Yeah, it obviously gave me my helmet because it knew it was doing this.
Yep.
Yeah, that didn't make sense. They should have had a scene or a scan or a warning or something saying, you know, oxygen environment non-existent, we need to actually put our helmets on.
What the hell? Looks like the Alliance is still putting up a fight. That tram heads to the archives. Once Cerberus is across, they're at the final security checkpoint. And that's where we're headed.
Okay, it looks like we need to be going in the complete opposite direction if we want to get over there.
Barely. Storm's causing interference. I didn't read that, James. Repeat.
I said, oh, okay, now I understand.
This airlock shouldn't be open. Doesn't look like it was forced. No, you have to override security protocols.
Wow, I got experience for turning on a flashlight.
Turning a flashlight, yeah. No, I think it's just for territorial advancement.
The air from this room while they were still here. Looks like they died trying to claw their way out. This is brutal, even by Cerberus standards.
I don't know. Cerberus is pretty brutal. As a woman gets missing my files, get her out of here. I won't have my system messed up by some wannabe expert who will be gone next week. Damn strangers think they know it all, but they don't care about what we're really trying to achieve here. Dr. Eva, seriously, don't you remember what happened the last time? Okay, so that Eva Corey is the woman who was on the security video screen in the other room.
Right. But that's the kind of conversation that you don't put in a data pad for someone to discover later. That's the kind of thing that you say to somebody at the coffee machine or the water cooler. You know what I mean?
But that's true in all video games, is that, you know, there are all these diaries that don't belong being what they are.
Like that? I had a feeling that's exactly what they wanted me to do.
Yep. Now, if only they hadn't had their helmets on, it would have been even more effective.
It would have made more sense. Some glass may be broken. Some glass may be incredibly bulletproof. There's no way to tell which. That's right. I could totally see you sneaking over there. You know, you're in front of glass. Yeah, some of the design elements with that really don't make a lot of sense.
We need to pressurize the room first. There we go. We have access to the labs. They'll take us right to the tram station.
Hey, looks like there's a recording of what happened here.
Security station. Come in. We're seeing some odd activity down here. Our security protocols just kicked in. Everything's locked down.
There's a blue lady in the vent.
Oh, crazy lady!
Okay. Yep. Alright,
so... Is she working for Cerberus? I have a feeling. She invented the room!
Yep.
I guess we know how Cerberus got in.
I should have realized it when I met her. I was just so focused on finding a way to stop the Reapers.
Stopping the Reapers is the only thing we should be focused on. It's not your fault.
But
Don't
what
blame
if we're
yourself.
wrong? What if there's no way to stop them?
Then we're all gonna die.
Our last days, and we spend them scurrying around trying to solve a problem we can't fix.
Come on,
Then people will be really upset at how Mass Effect 3 ends, and that can't happen.
Isn't that what happened with Protheans?
You've always stayed focused, even in the worst
Sort of.
situations.
You mean sort of? It's exactly what happened.
I'd lose if I fail.
That's a terrible burden.
We'll stop them, Liara. Together.
Thanks, I want to believe you.
Okay, creepy scene again. I mean, if you think about it, they've been doing this for millions of years, every 50,000, so how many civilizations have they ruined?
Good.
Don't know. I don't know if we ever get an idea of how many cycles there have been. I always thought 50,000 years was kind of short. I mean,
yeah,
if
especially for a species to evolve, it should be millions.
Yeah, if they eliminate all intelligent life, I mean, that 50,000 years is really not enough to create several new spacefaring situations. I suppose that they all get accelerated by whatever. Oops.